Namah Shivaya, myself Varun, and I am currently pursuing second year BCA at Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham in Mysore. This video presentation, which mainly included why do we need to study Bhagavad Gita and what is the use of it in our modern life, and what is the real nature of I, who we are, and what is the true invisible of power, and what is karma, what is mind, and how to control it according to Bhagavad Gita. We might heard of that. Bhagavad Gita is a book of poets that included the preachings of Krishna to the Arjuna in a battle, Kurukshetra. So we might also heard that the Bhagavad Gita book, which is also help us to follow the divine path, and which is also gives some of the practical impression on our human principles. So the book Gita, which is included on spiritual, mental and materialistic knowledge, which is act like as throwing a light on a lost path for the confused mind. So Bhagavad Gita is a book definitely help us to focus our mind to our goals. When we ask one question ourselves, that is, why do we need to study Bhagavad Gita and what is the use of it in our modern life? And there are so many misconceptions that lead people to think that the Bhagavad Gita book, which is only meant for the old people, not for youngsters or professionals. And many of the people seems to think that the whole Bhagavad Gita, which gives only one message, that is do your duties, as Lord Krishna says to the Arjuna to do his duty. And many of them, they were all act like they were all understand the importance of performing their duties in their present life. But Bhagavad Gita is a book much more something than the message do your duties, which make us to realize and explore some areas, and they are what is the real meaning of I, who we are, and what is the true invisible of power, and what is mind, and what is karma, and how the one's relationship which can cause to the universe, and what is the real nature of universe. So finding these answers, which is a help us to truly connected to leading our life in a perfect direction and gaining some of the satisfactory in our life. Find the answer for the question, what is the real nature of I and who we are. Actually, in this world, everyone, we are all identified ourselves with the body that we are inhabit, that is either male or female. In common way, we are also says that if anyone passed away, even though the body is laying in front of us, and the actual meaning of that context is the soul that is passed away from the body. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord Krishna, which is also explained what we are. We are the spirit, souls, not only a material body. The materialistic body, which are composed of matter, and it will be destroyed with no time. But the souls or the spirits that are inhabitants, are occupant to the body, which are all indestructible. It is the souls that energize the body and makes it work. The soul which cannot be seen or sensed. The presence of souls can be understood with the symptom of consciousness when it is present in the body. If the person dies, then the soul will be liberated and which is migrated to another body. And the process of migration of souls from one person to the other person is called reincarnation. During reincarnation, the soul which is also carries some of the impressions from the current body. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord Krishna also further explains about the jiva or the souls, that is all the living entity in this world, which are all is eternal part. And all our present life suffering, it is due to the dispainful ignorance of our past life. Let us briefly know about what is karma and what is yoga. The karma is a most discussed topic in the Bhagavad Gita. Karma is nothing but a form of duty that is liberate us from the influence of ignorance. In our current situation, we are all suffering due to the forgetting the relationship with the God. This lost relationship can be re-established by the process of yoga. There are different methods of yoga that has been described in the Bhagavad Gita. First one is Karma Yoga, which is the path of action. Second one is Jnana Yoga, which is the path of knowledge. Third one is the Dhyana Yoga, the path of meditation. And last one is Bhakti Yoga, which is the path of devotion. Where Bhakti Yoga, which is a direct path in order to connect or bond to the Supreme Lord. Here is some curious question that how we can gain the control on our own mind. gaining control on our own mind, which is not so easy. As Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, many people think that having negative thoughts are designed in their mind which will not harmful to them or others. But eventually the thoughts or desires in our mind grow more and become powerful and causes the manifest in our actions and speech. And eventually we will fall on our own pit of karma. Gaining control on our mind, which we can try by doing the yoga. And the yoga method is called Dhyana Yoga. Dhyana Yoga, it is a path of meditation. The meditation which gives a number of benefits to our mind and body. The meditation which is also help us in order to overcome our negative shades with the right attitude and correct direction. While we are studying what is mind, we are also come across with the term moksha or liberation. Liberation, which is a state of mind when we are no longer driven by the mind but for heart. So it is a state of dissolution of mind where the mind is not existence. What I mean is the mind which does not take the control over the person. Actually the person takes the control on his own mind. If he or she attain the moksha, then the senses are no longer driven the person. Actually the person can take the control over the senses. And there are so many misconceptions that moksha which is only attained after the death. Actually moksha can attain while being alive. So it is a mind where it loses its identity and no or awareness of its existence. And this awareness is called true soul or bliss. We have heard the term spirituality. The spirituality which is simply used to understand real truth of us. All human beings have the soul or atma which have manifested to form to work it out as a karma to remove the impurities from it. At given moment of time, the human being who lives in the two forms, first one in the physical form and second one is governed by egos and other factors which make us our true selves. In order to understand the course of our inner life and the true consciousness which are forwarded to all human beings. In order to realizing the true essence and to become a pure soul or Atma, we have to dwell upon the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. There are some main teachings lessons of Bhagavad Gita which will help us to realize what is the true essence. The lessons are: concentrate on your goal, do your work and not to focus on the reward. Second one is human life is full of battle, never to restrain for fears and fight at last and stand your ground. Third one is identity, recognition and equality in life. And fourth one is fear factor is only a mindset. Let's summarize these lessons. The first lesson which is make sure that yes, we certainly have some goal. We are all make up in that mind. And we are also so worried that if the plan is not goes well, and some of them also get depressed if they get a negative result. And we are also first seek what will be the reward of our plans. So as Bhagavad Gita says that not to focus on the reward. When we are concentrate on our target, then we will get a more reward after achieving the goal. And human life is full of battle. Yes, everyone in this universe is a unique and masterpiece. When we are progress in our goal, we might get positive or negative results. When we get a negative result, swear that is the time we are not to be strict. So we have to take it in a positive way, such as failures are the step for to reach the goals. And third one is, after facing every challenges in life, we will realize that all the living and non-living beings are equal. Everything we have been done, which is for the reason. So we will make sure that the bodies are different, but the soul in it, which is one, and which is the ultimate truth. Yes, actually, if the person is asked to be grow, he has to know that the self-destructions like greedy, lust and anger which make a distract from his goal. So we have to be so perfection in our view, and in order to reach our goal we have to be pay the price for it. Summarizing some of the main concepts from Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavad Gita is a book which is a help us to realize true ourselves, and which is also help us to focus our mind and how to control our senses. In this materialistic world, we are always directed to some of the negative shades. It might be whether it is our action or other factors. But when we become a master of our own minds, then we will never again feel the agony of sorrow or pain. Thank you.